G'day guys, welcome to tonight's quick stream. And I actually do mean it this time. I said that the last stream was going to be a quick one. It ended up being almost 5 hours. But just wanted to share a replay of what I think is my best race that I've done so far tonight. And I'm absolutely kicking myself that I didn't record this race as I was doing it because it was absolutely epic. But I did save the replay and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to have a little bit of a hangout on a Saturday night as it is here in Australia. And just to have a bit of a chat with you guys as we watch the replay together. So started off in 5th position on the grid. This was in the Skip Barbers around Phoenix International Raceway. So same race as I'd already done my weekly video for a couple of days earlier, but I was just sort of doing a couple of extra races just for a bit of fun to try and boost my safety rating. Safety rating, as you guys know, they've been watching my recent videos, has taken an absolute beating the last few weeks. Had a really bad run with a lot of accidents and crashes in first laps, turn 1 incidents and stuff like that. So we managed to recover our safety rating. In fact, the next race I do, as long as it's relatively clean, I'll be back up to a rating of over 4 again, which means all we need to do is the MPR races to get our A-class license. So very excited about that. Yes, so g'day guys, welcome to the stream. I'm just reading a couple of your comments here now. G'day Felix, g'day Moneyman, g'day Mark. Good to have you all here, APV. Yeah, thanks very much for watching. So what we'll do is we'll kick off the race now. We'll switch across to the game view. So we started off in 5th position on the grid. And yeah, you'll quickly see it got pretty hairy pretty quickly. But we did manage to keep it overall pretty clean. So let's get underway here. And let me know in the comments if there's any issues with audio or anything like that. But let's kick it off here. So yeah, getting punted and losing SR is definitely the worst. But honestly, what I find is it really helps you to appreciate when you have races like this one. This was, I mean, my heart was absolutely, I could actually feel my heart fluttering as I was driving in this race. I didn't have my heart rate monitor on, so I don't know what the actual rate was. But just trying to keep it really clean through turn 1 here, just sort of keeping an eye on my mirrors a lot, which is something that a lot of you guys have been telling me to stop doing. But yeah, I wanted to just make sure that I wasn't in a position where I was going to get taken out in the first lap and just taking it really easy. But at the same time, trying not to let these guys in front open up a gap on me. I was sort of trying to gauge how quick they were and just take it nice and easy. So obviously the first couple of laps as well, it's very difficult in these cars with the new tyre model as well. So just taking it real easy, getting a gauge of how everybody was driving. G'day Mr. Mac, g'day DJ Squibby, how you guys doing? So really sketchy through this turn, and already they were opening up a pretty big gap on me. You know, they were sort of bunching up together, and I was worried at this point that they were going to run away from me a little bit. And then we had this incident, and I was like, ah! Trying to keep out of it. I wasn't sure which way the car was going to spin. So, you know, like pretty much every single time a car spins in iRacing, it waits until you're right alongside it, and then it suddenly just spears across in front of you and takes you out. It's happened to me so many times. So just trying to stay with the lead pack here as we enter into lap 2. Skippy at Road Atlanta was really good. I actually really enjoy this car around this track. It's a track that I'm pretty familiar with. I did quite a few MX-5 races here in week 13 to try and boost my safety rating. It's a nice wide track. So as long as you drive sensibly and stay completely out of other people's way, it's actually a really easy track to get a decent boost in safety rating. You just got to be sensible about it, of course. But back with the lead pack again now, and already by now I could feel, even though the tyres were still pretty cold, I could feel that I had the pace to keep up with them, which was good. Just spilled my water beside me here on my butt kicker controller. It's not a good thing to do. It's alright, I don't think it penetrated. I was thinking I shouldn't put my water there because I'll spill it, and then first thing I do is spill a glass of water all over all of my electronics. That's okay. It's not on anything important there, I don't think. We should be good. G'day man and desktop, how you going man? But yeah, as I was saying before I poured water all over my stuff, yeah, really am enjoying this combination. I definitely suggest have a go at it before you sign off for the week. So we'd already gained 1 more position by this point. Just having a look at the overlays here. We had that incident where the leader span into the wall, so that was all good. Yeah, really happy with the new overlays, Car Noob. It's taken a lot of setting up, but I'm going to be doing a video hopefully next week. Next week's going to be pretty busy for me with a lot of stuff finishing up with work and stuff. But I'm going to try and do a video about how that's all set up and everything in the next week, just to sort of let you guys know how that's all done. But yeah, really happy with how it's going. Brad's been having an absolute shocker with iRacing SR lately. I think in general, the quality of driving over the last month or so has been lower than it has been previously, at least in my experience. I mean, I've only really been doing, or in fact, I've only been doing the Skip Barbers and the Porsches, but yeah, I've found that there's been a lot more dive bombing going on and stuff like that than I've experienced previously. Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is with that, but this was a really clean race, and it had the potential to be an absolute disaster, but yeah, you can see here, again, just trying to sort of stay with these lead guys. Just having a look at the overlay here as well. I actually do, like, I mean, I have a love-hate relationship with these Skip Barbers. I'm trying to sort of stick to one or two cars at the moment and just sort of get competent at them. I find that, you know, as I said with the MX-5s when I was doing that last season, it's a really good way to learn to drive a sim, because it's you know, nice and slow. The cars don't move around too much. These cars are a little bit more playful, but again, the speed isn't too high, so it's not too dangerous, so to speak. But with the new tyre model, they move around a lot and they're a lot of fun. Particularly this corner here, very hard to not spin, as you can see here, and this is where we had a bit of chaos. This guy decided to drive straight back out onto the track and cause that, which was very unfortunate. You know, a back marker driving back onto the circuit and then not getting out of people's way. So we lost a position here as well. He took the outside, I took the inside, or opposite, I took the outside and he took the inside, and lost a position, but butt penetration. We'll allow that comment there. Show. Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of driving that you know, spoils it for a lot of people. You got a back marker that doesn't pay attention to what's going on the circuit and ends up causing an incident like that, taking out somebody that's driving for position. But it does happen. That's one of the downsides to this game, I think, or this sim. But Christian there, who's ahead of me, you can see there on the overlay, he's already up 7 positions. So he had an absolute blinder of a race. He was doing awesome. G'day Lyle, how you doing, man? G'day Neil. Smaller community, yeah, it's, I think really where it's at is probably league racing, isn't it? I mean, I really need to start getting into some league racing for iRacing. I think we're gonna, I mean, we've already done our first little community thing, which we did with Cash the Goblin's channel a couple of weeks ago, last Friday actually, a week ago yesterday. And that was a lot of fun. And that kind of opened my eyes up to how much fun iRacing can be when you're racing with a group of people that you know. So we're definitely going to be kicking off those subscriber races or follower races very soon. As I've said a couple of times now, just waiting for things to finish up with work and, you know, try not to bite off more than I can chew. Glad to hear you're doing well there, Lyle. Good to hear. Yeah, it is hard to get a race after about, well, it's different here. I find around 10 AM during the day is when it drops off during the week, and then around sort of 9 PM our time is when it picks up again, which kind of suits me because I can't really drive during the day while I'm working anyway. But, well, I can't drive during the day while I'm working. But, F1 2019 is now ghosting back markers. Interesting. I mean, ghosting is in the, when you set up a server, you have the option to ghost or not ghost, but I didn't know that you could ghost back markers. That would be a big positive if you could. I was actually playing a little bit of F1 2019 last night with my younger brother, who I gave my CSL Elite gear to. It was the first time we'd come back. G'day Reese, how you going, man? Good to see you. But yeah, I kind of, after playing this game for so long, I've kind of gone off F1 2019 a little bit. I do want to start getting back into my career road videos again, but just the quality of the AI driving in there, it's very, very aggressive, and I find that they kind of just don't deviate from their line at all. Even if you're, like, we had a couple of incidents last night where we were just driving along and a car would just punt us in the back end. You know, it's like, what the hell? So yeah, I'm finding it difficult to stay enthusiastic about F1 2019 now that I've gotten more into iRacing. But yeah, you work shifts as well, Neil. What sort of shifts do you do, man? What kind of work are you doing? Oh, awesome! You're going down to Jamboree tomorrow, Lyle. That'll be rad. Last time I went to Jamboree would have been when I was about 9 years old, so about 25 years ago now. It's a lot of fun. I remember jumping off the big rock, and they had those little powerboat things there and stuff as well. If it's the same Jamboree that we're talking about here. I suppose there's a couple of things called Jamboree, but this was a recreational park down near Wollongong near Sydney. So I don't know if you're talking about the same thing. Yeah, Ginger, it is difficult to get into iRacing. Look, if you purchase just the basic package and drive something like the MX-5s, it's reasonable. But yeah, this season in particular it's been costing me about $60 a week, not including the cost of the subscription, just because of the tracks that I've had to download every week. This week wasn't so bad because I already had one of the tracks. We've got an overtake move going here. See if we can get it done. I can't actually remember what happened here. I think he backed out, which was good. Oh, you mean the car show? Okay, no, I thought you were talking about the recreation park. Yeah, look, honestly, guys, I think I see a lot of videos on YouTube, is iRacing worth the money? And I mean, that's a subjective thing. I mean, $50 to a lot of people is a lot more money than what it is to other people. And I mean, you know, that can be the groceries for a week for some people as well. So I wouldn't argue that it's worth it or not worth it, but what I would say is that I enjoy it more than I enjoy anything else. And when you consider the investment that I've made into all the hardware here, I think that for me at least it is a worthwhile investment. But if you'd asked me that question last week when I was having such a shocker of a week, I probably would have said I don't know why I bother. So yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, it was a pretty smooth overtake there. But he also was being very, very, very nice about the overtake as well. We'll go back and we'll have a look at the replay after the race of a couple, or the replay of a couple of those overtake moves and stuff like that as we go through. G'day Turji, how you going, man? How do you pronounce your name? Is that correct? I'm sure it's wrong. Us Australians are absolutely hopeless at pronouncing names. If it's not Scott or Will or Pete, we're hopeless. Yeah, it definitely does depend on how often you use it as well, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm using it for usually a couple of hours a day, pretty much every day, so I get my money's worth out of it, but it's definitely not something that you'd want to be buying a track and then just driving it once. And also, because I'm buying all the tracks at the moment for every week, I'm having to spend a lot of money. But, hopefully the next season that I do, I'll already have most of the tracks, so it won't cost so much. Yeah, skippies are kind of on and off with clean racing. I'm finding you need to be over a I rating of about 1500 to get into the clean races. Anything below about that, and it's a bit of a dog's breakfast. Is it the feel of the cars and tracks that has you hooked? I think I talked about this a little bit in my video that I did about a week and a half ago about my love-hate relationship with iRacing. For me, I think it's the rating system, because there's more at stake with it than there is. Normally if you're just jumping in an online lobby, you do the race, whatever happens, and then you kind of forget about it. Whereas with this, you're trying to preserve your safety rating, you're trying to preserve your I rating and stuff like that. So there's more at stake, so that makes it inherently more exciting. And as I was saying at the start of this video, my heart was absolutely racing this entire race. You can see he's still on my tail at this point. The gap is only 0.6 of a second there at the moment, with only a 1.2 second gap to the leader. So I'm just going to adjust my overlay there just a little bit while we're driving here. We'll go relative, and that should adjust what we see there, hopefully, or maybe not. And it's not wanting to do it. That's alright. I'll try and fix that bug later on, but that's okay. G'day Norman, how you going, man? G'day Rich's Racing, how you going, man? Thanks for joining in, guys. Not keen on the force feedback. What kind of wheel are you running, man? Because I got to say I'm really happy with the force feedback. I was on the CSW 2.5 that I had before, and really happy with it on the SimuCube 2 Ultimate as well. So it does require some fine tuning for sure. I think that the detail in the curbs and stuff like that maybe isn't quite as strong as it is. I think I commented when I was doing Project Cars 2 the other night with what was a Game of Muscle, that the way when you sort of run up on a ripple strip and run over the grass, you feel the car sort of get pulled towards the grass. That's a little bit better than it is in iRacing. So little things like that, yes. But I wouldn't say that I find the force feedback bad by any means in iRacing. I'm pretty happy with it, but it did take some fine tuning to get it there for sure. Only just started in iRacing. Yeah, it does take some getting used to. Thoughts on AC Pro? Honestly, I haven't played Assetto Corsa very much at all. I need to get more into it. Yeah, I just haven't had the time to pour into anything else. I've been trying to get as good as quickly as I possibly can. We've got a bit of a battle going here. We had the guy behind as well. Gap is, what is it, 0.2, and then 0.2 behind as well. So, g'day James, how you going, man? Welcome to the stream. The overlay that I'm using is called SDK Gaming. There's a link in the description below the stream, and as I mentioned earlier in the stream, you might not have caught it, I'm going to be doing a video hopefully within the next week showing you how I've got it all set up and how my recording setup and everything works. I did a video about 2 months ago now showing you the dual PC setup. Oh, this is where I had to back off. I ran over the curb a little bit and I had to back off. I got a countdown timer. So that was the reason why I had to let him pass there. And basically from here, the battle was on. So this is where it starts to get really exciting. ACC is now amazing. I had a go of ACC last night actually, in VR again, and I was still struggling to get into it, but I need to give it another try with triple screens. I believe they've now fixed the triple screen lensing issue, the projection issues. So I need to try that out in the next couple of days. But g'day Daniel, how you going, man? Welcome to the stream. You've joined at just the right time. This is where the race gets crazy. So yeah, at this point I knew that I had more pace than these guys. It was just a matter of not pushing myself too hard, trying to sort of pace myself so that I knew that I'd sort of be up with them right when we got to the final couple of laps, and hopefully I could make a move. But yeah, I haven't had a chance to really dial in the force feedback in ACC yet. But yeah, it's mainly been the triple monitor and VR issues that have been keeping me away from it, because obviously without that I haven't really wanted to play it at all. But another thing that I am going to be doing, just to quickly let you know, is I downloaded the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare game last night, purchased that. So I'm going to be streaming some of that, the campaign mode, on Twitch. I'm not going to put it on YouTube because I don't want to sort of mix it up, with too much varying content. But I'm going to be streaming some of the campaign mode over on Twitch as well. So if you're keen on that, jump in and follow us on Twitch as well. Something completely new to the channel, but the original COD 4 Modern Warfare was something that I really enjoyed. So looking forward to getting into that and just spending a little bit of time relaxing. I do have VRS, but I'm not using it at the moment. I used it for the comparison video I did between the SimuCube 2 and the... what was it? Was it the SimuCube? Yeah, it was the SimuCube 2 and the G920 Logitech wheel. I did a bit of a comparison there, but I'm not generally using it from race to race. I'm still sort of trying to just improve on my own. But I think next season I'm going to get stuck into VRS and maybe purchase a subscription to spend some time with some instructors and see if I can get a little bit quicker. So, okay, yeah, so proper triple screen support has been a big ticket feature they've advertised with the update. Yeah, I read through the changelog the other night and I didn't actually spot it, but I only kind of just skimmed it. So, yeah, R Factor 2 is a game that I downloaded the demo. Here was our overtake move, kind of. He was racing so well. Shout out to Christian. Really a very, very fair driver. I was very, very impressed with his quality of racecraft during this race. Not too aggressive. I was actually being a lot more aggressive than he was, I think, in this race. But yeah, I haven't spent a whole lot of time playing R Factor. I tried to get into it and yeah, I just struggled. Another overtake move here. Nice and smooth. How many laps have we got to go here? 4 laps to go. This is, yeah, basically just chasing down first place now. Again, like I said before, I knew I had more pace than him. So it was just a matter of trying to catch up. I did download the 1.1 update, yeah. So, and I had a quick play with it last night. I was still a little bit unimpressed with the quality of the VR experience, but I didn't, in fairness, I didn't spend any time sort of dialing in the settings or playing around with super sampling or anything like that. So there's probably more in it than I've gotten out of it just yet. So I'm not gonna write it off just yet. But yeah, to be honest, I just don't have the time for another sim right now. You know, I've been taking iRacing so seriously lately that I just sort of need to do something that I can just do for fun, which is why I'm sort of going to try and do a little bit of Modern Warfare just on the Twitch channel in the evenings, just for an hour or so here and there, just to sort of see how it goes. Smooth operator, yeah. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head for the rest of the night now. Smooth operator. There's actually a funny story. My back in, it was 1992. My house got robbed, and they took literally every single thing from the house except that CD. They dropped that CD on the way out, so we came home and literally all we had left in the world, other than a bit of furniture, was a Sade CD. I'll never forget that day. That was a crazy day. G'day Andrew, how you going, man? The hunt for first is definitely on, Daniel. I'm not going to give away the result, but yeah, what I was basically doing here was just, I knew I was faster than him, and I knew that I had a couple of laps to go yet, so I was just chasing it down, trying to stay safe, and we were dragging along Christian with us as well. He was staying sort of within that 0.5 second as well. Yeah, the interface with R Factor 2 is a little bit 1994, isn't it? But I think that yes, I was using the HP reverb with ACC as well. Yeah, it was a bit of a funny. Looking back now, retrospectively, that was a pretty funny story about how the Sade CD got left behind. At the time, it certainly wasn't a funny experience. So I was, 7 or 8 years old and coming home to an empty house. Wasn't very nice. G'day, Jason. How you going, man? Welcome. High winds and hail in the MotoGP. Oh man, I'm going to have to check that out. And yes, definitely keen for Automobilista 2. I'm super keen to try that. It looks really, really promising. I haven't actually played the first title, but yeah, I'm really keen to sort that one out and have a go. So this is where we start to get really close now. We've only got one more lap to go. And I knew at this point that I was going to have to sort of send it a little bit if I had any hope of catching him. Yeah, I'm really hoping that Automobilista 2 sort of bridges that gap between quality physics and graphics, because I've been saying for a while now that if iRacing had Project Cars 2 graphics, it'd be absolutely incredible. So, alright, race is on now. Let's pay attention here. This is where things get pretty mental. So as of this point, he'd been leading the entire race, every single lap. And, oh, I'll show you the replay of that in just a moment, because we got crazy close to him. I got a little bit squirrely here as well. And he had the inside line. I wasn't going to cut him off. And at this point, I knew I had pressure from behind as well. He was alongside me, and I thought that I'd thrown the race away at this point. I was like, nah, not going to catch him. Oh, there was a nasty stack during the practice, was there, in the MotoGP? Was the guy alright? That's horrible. Alright, coming up to the last corner. I'm looking forward to seeing the replay of this because, oh! And I will take that, thank you very much. So we're still under pressure here. We've got a, what is it, a 0.2 second gap, 0.1 second gap. And right in the slipstream, just trying to take as tight a line as we possibly can. And thank you very much. I will take that win. So that was actually my second win in a row. The previous race that I did that I posted up here as my weekly race video was the previous win that I'd had. It was the first win that I'd had for about a month and a half. But Yeah, it was literally like the first mistake that he'd made. I think he choked under pressure, and we ended up winning the race. So I think that was definitely one of my more exciting races for sure. I'm really happy with that drive. So let's just have a little look at the replay here as well. I'll switch off the overlays and everything here. And yeah, let's have a look at what we did. So switch off this. Switch off that, and the battle box can hide, and driver inputs and dashboard can hide as well. And let's have a quick look at a couple of those incidents while we're chatting here. So go back to the start. Yeah, I've only had, I think I've only had 4 wins in iRacing in total, and that includes some MX5 races with really, really, really low SR and I rating, where it was pretty much any man's guess as to who would win. So let's go to TV view here for the first lap. See what happened, because I didn't actually see much of what was going on behind the entire race. Don't know if there was much chaos or not. We'll go back and we'll have a look at the incidents that happened in the race as well, because I haven't actually had a look at them yet either. Lost with a 0.005 second. Oh, man. Thanks, Norman. Yeah, that was a fun race. Oh, it's where we're under pressure. So we'll just have a look at a couple of the moments from the race here. Bring up the console again. I want to have a look at that one where I can't remember what lap it was, but that one where the guy speared back onto the track after his spin. Let's fast forward here a little bit and just try to find it. Actually, if we go to lap 5, can't remember where it was now. No, it must have been lap 6. Got spun on the inner hairpin. Yeah, that is really easy to have done. How do you remove the iRacing clutter? So basically, this is a replay that we're watching at the moment. So there's none of the clutter on the screen, but there are some options to hide it. Yeah, and if you want to remove the this stuff that you're seeing now, you just hit spacebar and it hides it. So that's how you do that. I think this is where we. Oh no, he must have already gotten past by this point. Yeah, because that's where we had some of the chaos. So let's go back a little bit to where he was behind me. Yeah, there we go. So this must have been where it was. Let's have a look here. Yeah, so just hit spacebar when you're in replay mode and it hides all of that clutter. It's good for taking screenshots as well. And kind of, and another little handy tip as well, if you press Control F12 to bring up your camera adjustment, and then you press Control Z, you can actually use the mouse to look around as well, and that's how I get my angles like you see in my screenshot for the thumbnail for the video as well. Let's fast forward a little bit here and see what happened. And then we'll go through all the incidents as well. Not going to be able to race after this today. Sorry, mate. I got to get to bed. I got a really early start tomorrow. I'm off to do a market for my wife's business tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm going to have to get an early night tonight. So no racing for me tonight. Oh, there it is. There's the incident there. So let's have a little look at that. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming some Modern Warfare tomorrow night, probably on Twitch, I think, depending on how tired I am. And then we'll be back into iRacing again on Monday. We'll do the Porsche race on Monday. And then, yeah, the rest of the week is going to be a bit of a write-off because I'm going to be absolutely flat out with work this week. I've got some big deadlines that are coming to an end. So what happened here, he just drove straight back onto the track and just tagged him. Man, that makes me angry when people do that. It's a back marker as well. I mean, come on, honestly. What does she sell? She runs a business doing doTERRA essential oils. So it's something that we got into about a year and a half ago. And it ties in with my anxiety story that I was sharing the other day. I wanted to get off the heavy medication for anxiety and depression and stuff. And started to look into alternative therapies and stuff like essential oils, and discovered frankincense oil actually, which really helped me. And then we started to look into it a little bit more, started using it for cleaning and stuff around the house as well, to remove some of the chemicals that we had in our in the house, and then started using it for my kids for their sleep as well, and just found that it was really beneficial. So yeah, she's sort of been getting into that as a bit of a side business, while I've sort of been building up my own business as well. So I try to sort of support her, as often as I possibly can in her business as well. Yeah, it's a bit of a mix at the moment, trying to do so many things. What time will it start? I don't know. I don't know what. Are you talking about the my Porsche race on Monday, or the streaming, or I'm not sure there. Just let me know. Yeah, lavender oil is fantastic for sleep, Neil. We use it we've got a diffuser in each of my kids' bedrooms, and yeah, it's honestly, both my kids were waking up every half hour, all night, every night, pretty much, yeah, since the start of their lives, and it's been a massive help. So, you know, I'm not here to try and peddle any products or try and, you know, give my wife's business a boost or anything like that. But since you guys asked, that's what she does. And yeah, the reason we got into it was not to make money, but to try and help people. You know, and if we can support the family in a way that genuinely benefits people, then we're all about doing that, just like this channel as well. But yeah, it's been a huge benefit to us. And honestly, I was a massive skeptic at first as well. When she first said she wanted to get into it, I thought that was a load of crap, to be honest. But yeah, it's really been a life changer for us. So yeah, worth checking out if you're not familiar with that stuff. And if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me as well. Let me know in the Discord, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But her business is called Lavender and Friends. So if you jump on Facebook and look up Lavender and Friends, or go to lavenderandfriends.com, you will find our little business there. Modern Warfare stream. Yeah, so I'm hoping to do it tomorrow night. I'm not sure exactly what time that will be. It depends on when kids go to sleep and stuff like that. But I'll let you know. I'll post up in the Discord when I'm doing it. I've got a Modern Warfare channel on the Discord, as well as I'll post it up on the channel, on the community channel as well, on YouTube as well for you guys, so you can watch it out. But yeah, no, it definitely helps, Neil. Which ones are you using? Are you using frankincense? Should somebody on antidepressant meds get off the pills? That is a very dangerous question for somebody who's not medically trained like me to answer. I'm going to stay away from that one. I'm not going to touch it with a 40-foot pole. But yeah, what I will say is that I used to be on heavy medication, SSRI medication for anxiety and depression, and a little bit of a replay here as well. What I found was that it caused me a lot of problems with weight gain, and, you know, I kind of lost the sense of who I was, because it's like it changed my personality so much that it was like, am I the person that I am when I'm on the medication, or am I the person that I am when I'm off the medication? And because I was sort of going through puberty and, you know, teenage years at that time as well, that was a little bit of a problem for me. So I decided to get back off the medication. I've been on and off it a little bit, but I kind of, as I touched on in my video a couple of days ago, I kind of got to the point where I kind of knew my triggers enough that I could kind of manage things myself. So I haven't really ever felt the need to go back on medication. I kind of just manage it. If I know I'm going to have a stressful day, I'll take some frankincense. I'll just drop it under my tongue, and that really does take the edge off. It's almost like having a beer, but without the unhealthiness of that. So that's what I do anyway. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about CBD and things like that at the moment. Obviously, Joe Rogan's podcast has been a massive driver of that kind of thing. Personally, that's not something that I've ever tried, but there is an essential oil that we sell through our business called Kabiba, which basically has the same chemical constituents but without the THC, and that apparently is really helpful as well. I haven't actually tried that one because I find frankincense works really well for me, but yeah. G'day, mate. How you going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, this is where things started to get crazy again. So let's have a little bit of a look at the replay here, and then we'll skim through a couple of incidents. Oh, that's where I had to back off. Let's actually have a look at that, because I didn't get an off track. It was a 0x. But, yeah, something happened here. and I got a countdown. I must have just gone a little bit too wide. Oh, as I belch. I must have just gone a little bit too wide there, I think. But it didn't give me an off track, which was really weird because it was a 0x race. But yeah, it was weird. Yeah, I've never tried THC, but yeah, definitely I know a lot of people that use it and rave about it. So yeah, it's worth checking out. Thanks for joining, Mr. Mac. I'll catch you later, mate. And I'll catch you later as well, Ginger. Thank you very much for watching, and congratulations on your video that you posted the other day. Quick shout out for Ginger. If you haven't, check out his channel. He posted his very first video the other day where he showed his face, which was a really big deal for him. You know, he's an anxiety sufferer like me as well. So it was really awesome to see him, you know, have the confidence to do that. So shout out for him. Go check out his video that he posted up the other day if you're watching. Let's skim through now. Let's have a look at that last lap incident there, and then we'll go back through and we'll have a look at the incidents, and then I think we will call it a night. Do I have my what's TD? I know it's probably a stupid question, but what's TD? Do I have my TD at 100%? I'm not sure. Yeah, showing your face on camera, it's definitely something that is. I never really struggled with it, to be honest, because I kind of had to do it for work beforehand. So by the time I started a YouTube channel, I was kind of used to being on camera. But yeah, I can certainly understand why a lot of people shy about it. I've actually always been a little bit more shy about my voice than being on camera. Oh, so he just locked up there, and we just slid straight underneath him. But yeah, I've mentioned it a couple of times actually. I got hit in the throat with a cricket ball when. Catch you later, mate. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I got hit in the throat with a cricket ball when I was 13 years old in high school, just in the schoolyard, and it damaged my voice box. And ever since then, I've had all sorts of voice crack problems, and just randomly, I'll get these terrible voice cracks, and it just happens completely out of the blue. So I've always been a little bit embarrassed about you know, talking, and often even when I'm making videos, I have to do take after take after take after take just to get past all the voice cracks. But you know what I've learned is that, you know, it's part of what makes you unique, and it's part of what makes you you, and there's no point in being embarrassed about it because everybody has their little things. So let's skip through some of the incidents now quickly. There we go. Just keeping an eye on the comments there. All right, play and control 3. Let's have a look. So I had no idea what was. Oh, straight across. Did he keep out of people's way? Oh, he managed to. That was lucky. And random nose cone falling off. Oh, maybe there was a little tap there. Just got a tiny little tap. Next one. Oh. Bam. It was, what was his name there? It's if you click on his name, you should be able to visit the channel. It's Ginger Malteser. Thanks, DJ Scribby. Yeah, it was a good race. I enjoyed that. All right, next incident. Go back. Oh, he just spun. Oh, he almost held on to it and then just binned it. Oh, what happened there? Whoops, pressed the wrong button. Oh, we got all sorts of chaos going on now. Press play. Oh, little touch. Oh. Oh, he's got a broken. Look at the wheel just flying off. Actually, I lost a race on Tuesday this week because I was trying to avoid somebody's wheel. It was crazy. Do I prefer the Simucube or the CSL? Definitely the Simucube, mate. No question about it there. It's yeah, it's chalk and cheese really. But I mean, it's funny because the CSL is very, very good at some things, and I'd say depending on what you're playing, because like something like F1 2019 or even Project Cars to an extent, the difference isn't really that massive. He's still driving around. All right, let's, there, I just had a voice crack then, didn't I? Part of what makes you unique. Nothing to be embarrassed about. let's go back to the start and we'll quickly skip through those incidents again to get back to where we were, and then we'll call it a night. So there we go. It's locked me onto that one car now. It's not wanting to change cars. Yeah, it looks like it's not going to play nicely with the other children now. It's going to just sort of keep me locked on that one car. I'm not sure where the other incidents were, so I'm not sure how to reset that. But, three-legged race. G'day, Tryhard. How you going? I hate saying your name out loud, man. It's, I always feel like I'm saying something offensive, but, oh, True Drive on 100. Yeah, let's have a look. I don't actually know what I have my settings on. Let's have a look here. Back. Cancel wizard. I'll show you. I'll just show you my settings. May as well do that. It's easier than, although I don't have my wheel plugged in, but there you go. I have my force feedback set to about 15 Newton meters on the wheelbase. And then, yeah, 15 Newton meters. So you want to match the wheel force here, and then I have the linear mode automatically set it here. So that's how I've got all of my settings configured there. I haven't really touched anything else within iRacing at all. But yeah, guys, I think I might call it a day there for today's one. I've got to get a nice early night because yeah, I got a big day tomorrow, as I said. So I'll just quickly jump to the other camera. So if any of you have got any other questions or comments or anything, let me know now. Otherwise, I'll jump in the comments again a little bit later on and check out what you guys have had to say. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that quick little video or quick little stream. It certainly was a fun and exciting race for me, and hopefully you enjoyed. And I just got another voice crack as well. Crazy. G'day, Hamish. How you going, man? Alrighty, well, yeah, I'm gonna call it a night now. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, there's links to the equipment used in the description below, links to our Discord channel as well. And hopefully by the time I jump back in the Discord, we will have actually cracked the 600 user mark. We were at 597 users, I think it was, when I checked about an hour ago. So if you aren't already, there is a link in the description below for the Discord server. Really, really awesome bunch of guys there. Sim racers, PC enthusiasts, tech enthusiasts, and basically just a whole bunch of geeks that love hanging out and chatting about all kinds of stuff. So check that out. But yeah, guys, above all, thank you very much for your support as always. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. And just quickly on that note with the force feedback, I do have separate profiles set up in my True Drive software for the different cars. So yeah, that's the way I set that up. But I'll do another video. I did a video a couple of months ago now with my force feedback run through on how force feedback works. Yeah, so check that out with an explanation of all the settings and everything. But I'm going to do another video at some point where I'll sort of run you through all my different profiles for the different cars that I drive. But yeah, guys, I'll call it a night for now, and I'll catch you again very soon. I'll do the streaming of Modern Warfare tomorrow night on Twitch. I don't want to pollute YouTube with that one. So if you're not already following on Twitch, just look us up, Boosted Media on Twitch. But yeah, we'll be back again with the Porsche video on Monday. But I will catch you guys again soon. Catch you later.
to